Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelly for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills, and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts of life journey. Now, your host of Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed, Kelly and Cheryl.
Hey, and welcome everyone to tonight's show, Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. You are joining myself, Cheryl Murphy, and my colleague and co-host, Lauri Albert. I want to welcome all of you to the show. And first, let me say hi to Lauri. Hi, Lauri. How are you?
I am so great. Thank you for having me. I am super jealous of Kelly, though, I got to say.
Yeah, I know. Kelly is across the pond in England, as they say. So we're so excited for her. Yeah, she's going to bring back some amazing stories.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, Lauri, for filling in. We always, we always put a smile on our face. And I know our listeners love having you. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
And, Lauri and I picked a great topic for tonight. We wanted to talk about auras. So tonight it's really called, the world of auras and discovering what an aura is and how it can help you. And can you see an aura or even feel or sense auras? And really, what are they and how they help us? And does everyone have an aura, So let's get underway. Just to share with you, Lauri Albert is going to be with us tonight, and we hope to have her back on soon. But if you haven't met Lauri yet, you can always check out more about her upcoming events on her website, laurialbert.com, and that is Lauri, laurialbert.com. Thanks, Brianna. We want to say a shout out to Brianna. She's our backstage producer and cohort tonight. So Brianna's wearing two hats tonight.
Yeah.
So thank you, Brianna, for being with us. And thank you all for who are joining us in the comment section and for watching live on our social pages. We love having you here. And we'll be doing readings a little bit later on. But first, we want to cover that topic of what auras are. And so we want to ask our listeners, do you guys know what an aura is? Or do you know, if you had to explain it to someone, how would you explain what an aura is? So I'll hand it over to Lauri and let you start. Lauri, hi.
Hi. Oh, thanks so much for having me. I just love doing that. You've created such a beautiful space here, and I just am so honored to be here. So thank you so much. But
you're welcome.
It's so funny because I do get asked, what's my aura look like? What do I have to worry about my aura? And here's the thing. Your aura is really just the energy that is surrounding your body.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all made up of energy. I mean, everything is made up of energy. The pen in my hand, the card in my hand, we're all made up of energy. So, of course, our body emanates energy. So whenever they talk about the colors and stuff of whatever that means, it's about what is the energy telling us about what is going on around you. So I don't know. I always like to explain it that way. Do you have a better way of explaining it?
I love how you said it.
No, it's kind of difficult,
I loved how you said it. And yes, if anyone has any questions this evening, please leave them in the comment section, post a comment, or send us your questions through an email, questions@seeingbeyondradio.com. And Brianna is going to help us. We'll get through some questions through email and also through you posting right here on our live. How I explain auras, Lauri, is I always say it's, like you said, it's an energy field, right? It's an energy field around us, and it's electromagnetic energy field that usually sits comfortably about 3 feet around us, right? Yeah, it sits about, it's right around us comfortably. And when we're in love or we're very happy and excited, it grows and expands, right? Because, our hearts are calling and we're very happy. But when we're afraid and we're scared or, feeling like that, we pull in, just like when you hold your breath. When you're afraid, you go and you hold your breath. The same thing happens with your aura. You pull it very close to your body. It's very interesting in that. And I do believe auras, like you mentioned, being an energy field, that's how you can tell people are, when someone across the room catches your eye, so to speak, it could be that they're kind of sending out that vibe, right? Of, hey, like, I want to get to know you or meet you. And so that energy through their intention, so to speak, their energy field goes out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because I think it was Mort that said, I had an aura photo done many years ago with lots of purple. And how cool is that? Because purple is the empathic and the intuitive colors, right? And sometimes you can also, and there's so many different, first of all, I want to say there are many different trains of thoughts on auras and how to read them and what they mean and what the colors mean. Really, truly, lots of different trains of thoughts. But I like to kind of consider it in terms of the chakras, because that makes sense to me. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Cheryl, but
please explain, Lauri, how does this make sense?
Well, as far as
it's so interesting how you're understanding it.
So I'll use the example of your heart chakra.
Okay.
So your heart chakra is green. Okay.
Right.
And that is about, it's about love of self, love of the universe, love of, everything love. It's about compassion. It's about forgiveness, all those types of things. Right.
Right.
So now taking that to the other side and talking about auras, I've always heard that green is very healing.
Yeah.
Okay. So if your aura is green, it's about healing, which is about healing the heart.
Oh, I love it.
Does that make sense? I mean,
yeah.
And so it makes sense to me. Bottom line is, if it makes sense to you, then that's your truth. Right?
So let's do another one. Let's do another chakra.
Oh no.
Aura. Pick another one. So if you see blue in someone's aura or purple, like we saw in Mort was very intuitive, because maybe the purple is more of a third eye feeling or intuitive feeling. So
yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Right. And that is the third eye. Right. So that makes total sense. Right.
I love it.
I don't know where, you know what? Been talking about auras forever. So I don't know where I learned that. I don't know where that came up from, but it made sense.
So let's go back, because you mentioned everything has an aura. And I love that. And I don't think a lot of people know that, Lauri.
Yeah.
They think the desk in front of me, so to speak, wouldn't have an energy field or an aura. It's not a living thing.
Right.
Or is it?
Well, but it all gives off energy.
Right.
And okay, so it's going to sound like I'm totally changing subjects, but I'm not. Right. So when I got deeply into learning how to manifest, and then in writing my book, right, I started really diving into the law of attraction. Okay. And learning about how literally everything is made up of energy. Right. And so I was like, whoa, because I started teaching myself about the laws of the universe, not just the law of attraction, but the laws of the universe. Right. So in terms of all of that, it's, if everything is made up of energy, then everything would, animals give off, have an aura, you know?
Animals have a beautiful aura, and plants and leaves have a beautiful aura. I know when I'm out in nature, which I always say, if you want to raise your vibration or clean your aura, because we'll talk about how we cleanse our aura, that energy field around us, how do we cleanse it? Because sometimes we can kind of bring home the day's work or something like that, so to speak, and be grouchy or something, or tired, and realizing that hey, you're just bringing home some of your day. You need to shower and rinse off. But being in nature, I love it, because you can actually see the energy of trees, of plants, of leaves. It's a very white energy, just to tell people. It's almost like a fog or a haze. That's how I kind of see it, over. It's oh, I'm definitely, it's such a good vibe too when you see auras.
Yeah, absolutely. And okay, so this might sound strange too, but you can sort of sometimes feel the colors You
Right.
know,
Oh,
like you
my.
can feel like if you look at like we were talking about your throat chakra, which is
Mhm.
blue, right? So if I see somebody, or I have students, right? So if some of my students are really starting to come into their own spiritually, right? You can see the blue around them,
Wow.
meaning that they are a being who they're supposed to be in the world.
Oh, I love that.
So then there's that, because so it's kind of like you can feel that they're being who they're supposed to be.
Mhm.
And then whenever you sort of start to look back and look at their aura, you can
Mhm.
sometimes, not always,
Mhm.
but sometimes see the blue. So
Okay.
does that
Great. Well,
sound weird that I just said it that way?
no, I love the way you said it. And so we've already decided, we've already talked about what it is. We've mentioned some of the colors uh, of the auric field, which are many. They're like the chakra colors, like you said, the 7 major chakra colors. Or if someone doesn't know those colors, I always say, think of a rainbow, right? The
Yeah.
rainbow of colors, right? The purple, blue, and so forth. Green, yellow, orange, and red. So each color, when you look at someone's aura, why do we want to see auras? Like, why would we want to see auras? Why are people interested in auras? And why do we want to do that? Because for me personally, I give aura readings, right? I can People ask us that, like you said, they go, "What is my aura like?" They go, "Hey, if there's any time left in our reading today, I'd like you to do an aura reading for me, or I'd
Yeah.
like you to tell me about my health. Do you see my aura?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your energy field, your aura does hold or does allow all of your energy. This is, some people call it a soul, some people call it vibration. I think your auras emit a vibration. Honestly, that's kind of how I look at it.
Yes.
And your aura, so is that what you would say also? Like, why
Yeah.
do we look at people's auras? And we don't really look at them without permission, of course. That's like you
Right.
and I not doing a reading.
Right. Yeah.
And some people have beautiful auras. Some people have, like we said, sometimes they have stuff from the day that they're holding on to. It's like you got to get rid of that so you can go out
Mhm.
about have a great night.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about how to cleanse your aura in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly, what we do. And specifically, like you're saying in readings, I, whenever somebody comes to me for a reading, it's kind of it just happens naturally that I
Yeah,
look at
really,
their energy, but like
truly.
you're saying, sometimes I'll do like a chakra reading where
Mhm.
I'll like, we'll talk about this in a minute, but I'll soften my eyes and I'll see which chakra is sticking out or not bright enough, that sort of thing. And you can kind of do the same excuse me, the same thing with auras, like you do, you can look at the auras and then
Mhm.
you can kind of tell what their energy is.
Right.
I don't know, I feel like I'm not talking exactly like spot on tonight. So
Well, sometimes these topics
yeah.
bring up a lot of questions as you're explaining them or listening to me talk or hearing from our audience. It's a great topic for tonight. Auras is something we could talk about all day, and we are trying to condense it into a 1 hour program here. So
Right.
we're trying to say that auras are it's very important to have a healthy aura, right? Or
Mhm.
you want to keep your aura, which means your energy field. You want to keep your energy field nice and healthy. And I know that one way to do it is to cleanse it, and we'll talk about those methods. But that's important too when you're doing a reading, Lauri. You can also see someone who's maybe sluggish in one area. Is that right? Or
Yes.
maybe they
Yes.
are very vibrant in another area.
Mhm, mhm. And, like we sort of alluded to this a minute ago, but your aura can change. So I don't know if you've
Yes.
ever like purposefully looked at this during a reading, but like sometimes it'll start out and they will be, it'll be like green, let's just say. But
Mhm.
then all of a sudden it'll turn to gold or it'll turn to purple
Oh,
or it'll turn to blue, and you
oh.
just kind of like, but you have to kind of really purposefully look at it. So that's
Yeah,
what we
I've
do.
never kind of done that as you're talking. I've never kind of done a before and after, or
Mhm.
even in the middle of a reading. I don't know if I've
Well,
ever
you're doing
noticed
other
or
things. I totally get that.
yeah, been aware.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it that what you're talking about auras. And As Lauri is saying, auras, they do change. Auras, we have auras because we have not we're an energy, we're a spirit body, we're a spirit in a body. We have many auras, we have many bodies, we have a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual bodies. I mean, there's a lot more to what Lauri and I are speaking of, but just to kind of make things simple in tonight's first conversation on auras, which is really, for as long as we've been doing the show, I think auras might be our first time, one of our
Wow,
first
that's
times talking
amazing.
about this. So it's a
Yeah.
great topic.
And
But
there's a
they
lot
do
of questions
change.
too. So that's
Oh,
kind of
good.
cool,
We'll
you
hit
know?
the questions. But I just want to say Carillion photography. Let's take a question. We'll talk about Carillion photography in
Ooh,
just a moment.
ooh, that's cool.
Do you see a question you'd like? Like Jose said, does your favorite color have any resemblance on what your aura might be? On what your aura color might be?
Not necessarily. No. Sorry. Sorry, Jose. No, it just is like, my favorite color, okay, so this is probably not the best example. My favorite color is yellow, right? And it's just interesting that yellow is the solar plexus, blah, blah, blah. However, my aura is never yellow. My
Mm,
aura is usually blue or purple.
mm,
So what about you,
wonderful.
Cheryl?
I was just going to say blue and purple. I mean, from what I've experienced. Thank you, Jose, for your question. And I hope this is helping you because it's a great question, Jose, and it makes sense that you would be asking that. Blue and purple relate to someone who definitely does a lot of intuitive work.
Oh,
So there you go, blue and
yeah.
purple. You do a lot of deep, meditation. Lauri, which you're a meditation teacher, you're certified, master meditation teacher, that would make sense that you have
Yeah.
lots of purple and blue.
Yeah.
And also, just to add to Jose's question, sometimes Jose, if there's a color that's not your favorite, that might be the color that you want to add more to in your life. Not that you don't like the color, it's just not your favorite. Like, for example, I'm not much of an orange person. But then when I started adding orange into my life, whether it's through clothing or pillows or just looking at the color, notice just being aware of the color orange as I go about my day or eating more orange foods, so to speak, it really did open up my intuition more. And I couldn't believe it. It's like, how could that do it? But it's almost like I needed that. It's like whatever you crave, you take in, and then it helped me.
Courtney says, "Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?"
Yeah, Courtney, thank you. That's so funny. Orange, I'm glad I did say banana. Thanks,
But
Courtney.
it's so interesting how closely it all is related to the chakras,
Mhm.
and the more you study this stuff, and that's why I feel like I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place because everything is related.
It
It's
is. It
all
is.
so related. And it's like, it's hard to really, like you're saying, put it all into 1 hour's worth of
Yeah.
conversation. There's so much. The colors mean so much, so
And then something you mentioned earlier, Laura, you mentioned when you do a reading for someone with your chakras, you sit back and you relax your eyes.
yes.
And
Now,
go ahead. That is so
oh,
important.
Oh, what I was going to say was this is one of the funnest stories, right? And this could be, and tell me, like, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. This is how I learned how to read auras.
Okay.
Okay. I was in a development circle. This is many years ago. And, we moved all the furniture away from, and you guys can like do this. This is very doable. Okay. We moved all the furniture away from one of the walls, a white wall. Okay. And then what we did was we took, this is so silly, and doesn't necessarily have to be this dramatic, but we took a white sheet, okay, and we covered ourselves in a white sheet, not over our heads, just so that we would be all in white, right? And then everybody else stood on the other side of the room and soften their eyes. And so this is what you do. You stand over there and you lighten the light. Like, it can't be really, really bright, but it can't be too dark either. Otherwise it won't work. Right. So you put the sheet around you and we just softened our eyes. So you just kind of, not really squint, but like, you just kind of soften your eyes and you'll be so surprised what you will see. It's really, really cool. And the other aspect to this, which was super fun, was that the leader of the development circle is one of the people. She stood there, right? So she stood against the wall, had the thing on and everything. And she was actively changing her aura.
That
Okay.
is
And
fantastic.
it was so much fun because she was like, and then she was trying to shoot gold out the top of her head. And so
Mhm.
she was doing this stuff. And we, I mean,
But
we
she wouldn't
learned.
tell you what she was doing, but then
Exactly.
you would see it and bring it back to her,
Yeah.
and then she would validate that.
Yeah.
I
Isn't that
love that,
cool?
Lauri, that you're sharing with everyone that look, if you want to practice seeing auras, it's helpful to have a solid background. Like right now, I have a blended background. Lauri has, her office background. But if you can find a white background, as you said, a solid color background, and then look at someone like the shoulders and the head area. This is a nice place to start because there's a lot of energy above the head and above the shoulder area, and look right here for energy. And what you do is you kind of look right off the physical body, right? So you kind of and you soften the eyes to where you're not pushing or trying to strain. If anything, if anything, it's about relaxing and surrendering, right?
Yes.
It's about
Yes.
like allowing, like inviting it to come to you, inviting the energy to open up and show you what it's like.
Yeah. 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 So much fun, right? And you can make a party out of it. I hate to say it,
I love
but
the
you can
white
make
sheet.
a
Yeah.
fun little thing about it,
Yeah. Yeah. I love the
So
white sheet. Let's see.
that's how I am.
Peggy's asking, so you must have to have an in-person reading to find the color of your aura. That is a great question, Peggy.
Good question.
Thank you. And Lauri, what?
No, you don't, because here's the thing. And this is what I tell people all the time because I stopped doing my in-person readings and I solely do online stuff now. Right.
Right.
Energy is energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's everywhere and it's everywhere all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yet where is it? You know what I'm saying? So it's everywhere. So you don't have to really worry about that. Like I would, Cheryl, I've been dying to ask you, do you see any aura colors around me?
Oh, that's a great question because I thought of that
Sorry.
when you were
I need to
talking.
put
I'm
you
like,
on.
oh, we should be practicing seeing auras and see
I
if the audience can see auras.
Okay, so you know what? That's a great thing to do. So Cheryl, don't tell me what colors.
Okay, but
You
I
guys,
will.
because I have kind of a whitish sort of background. So
Yeah, you
what
do.
color do you guys see around me?
Okay,
It's fine.
I'm gonna write it down what I
Okay.
see. And just to tell everyone, I'm looking over Lauri's left shoulder right now. That's kind of what drew my attention was go there. I felt spirit say, go there and intuit the color. Like, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. Um, but I also feel like I see it physically as well.
Oh.
So we're gonna let you.
Ooh, yes. You know what? I want to hear what you have to say about that. But go ahead. Let's do this.
No,
Okay.
no. So, yeah, we just ask everyone to what you do is you kind of soften your gaze. You just allow it to happen. You say, my intention is to see Lauri's aura. Lauri's given you permission to see her aura, so to speak. And what you do is you kind of just look off her shoulder. You kind of look past the ear, the head. You're looking out here, not so much at Lauri, but you're kind of looking beyond her or outside of her, because her energy field is usually, like we mentioned, a foot to 3 feet. So some people are saying yellow. I see white, purple. I see a little bit of green, Lauri. I was going to say yellow also.
Okay. Awesome.
And look, all of those can be right because
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's always changing, and our auras change with emotions. They change with feelings. They change with actions and behaviors. So your aura is like your thoughts or your feelings. I mean, they're always changing and shifting. I see blue. I see purple, green, yellow when we started, white. I see aquamarine around Lauri. Ooh, I love that color.
Ooh.
Yellow and white. I mean, they're all good colors. I see green earlier. White on your head. Oh, good. I totally see the white on the head. I love that. I see peach. Very good.
How weird is it that I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at my own aura? How
Are
weird
you
is
really?
that?
So really when she asked the question, like, and you're saying we can see auras on Zoom and over the phone, it's like you said, it's setting the intention. It's really knowing that we can tune in intuitively, uh, not really needing the physical person here, but just knowing like we have permission to work with them.
Yeah.
But yes, you can see people and animals, auras, as we mentioned in nature, white on your head. Love it. Love all those colors. And they're all correct. And they
Yeah.
all, what we want to share with you tonight is, you can get kind of the basic, definition or foundation of what colors mean, but then you'll start making your own, and it'll change with each individual. Like yellow with Lauri may mean one thing, but yellow with me or someone else may mean something else, right? So always know that everything's open to interpretation, and that because you're the reader, our audience, because it's they're the mediums tonight, so to speak. They're the intuitives. They're the ones. So it's whatever those colors mean that when you are tuning into Lauri.
Yeah. That's great. You guys all did really well. And I'm trying really hard to.
And what are you thinking about, Lauri? Yeah, like what are you putting out in the world right now? Are you thinking
Well,
love, or what are you thinking?
you know what? It's interesting because I was like, oh, right when we first started doing this, I thought, oh, I should do a certain color. So I was trying to be white, right?
Oh,
But I realized that I do have a lot of stuff going on heart wise. I have other
okay.
stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
So then so I was trying to project white, right? But interestingly, I just want to share this. I'm seeing white coming out to about here.
Wow.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it coming, and but here's the reason why I'm saying the white so much is because before I do any sort of, and I say this all the time, but before I do any sort of spirit work, whether it's this show or whether
Yep.
it's a reading or whether it's a class or any talk that I do, I open up my chakras, okay, and I bathe myself, let's just say, in white.
Oh,
So because I want to be the purest that I can be for anybody listening, kind of thing. So the white, that's why I was thinking that might stand out the most. But
I love it.
if you're not seeing white and you're seeing other colors, that's right too.
Yeah,
You know?
and hopefully, I think that, and hopefully an idea here for people, an invitation, a suggestion would mean, I hope the colors that you guys are seeing are vibrant and green and, I mean, not green, but vibrant and alive, and beautiful looking, right? Because I mean, we can visualize the color red, but can we, but on around someone's aura, right? But can we see the vibrant red? So if you're seeing the white or the yellow, the light blue, the aquamarine, the green, are they vibrant, right? Because if they're vibrant and they're full and rich feeling, that is a very, very good thing about the aura. Like people are vibrant, they're thriving. This is what our aura readings make. But if they're weak or they look a little dull, it's like, hey, maybe you need to, pay attention to that part of your life, or which would mean whatever yellow means for you. For me, it means when I see yellow in someone's field, it's like mental clarity. It talks about power. Maybe they have been way overthinking things, so it could be
Yeah.
mucky just because they're using it so much. They're overthinking. So, dial it back. But once again, everything is about balance
Yeah.
and seeing vibrancy.
So I want to hear what you thought. Like what color did you see?
I felt pink, actually. I saw pink
Mm.
over your left shoulder, and I felt pink from healing with you. Like, if I don't know if you've been recently doing some healing work, whether or receiving it, but it felt like healing work. That's what, but I only looked in one area. So I'm happy that people looked every other place they could.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. That's definitely working on healing. So yeah, that's great. Awesome.
Well, look, let's go into, before we do readings, let's just finish our conversation with auras. Like, how do you keep your energy field fit? How do you cleanse the aura field? Like, we want to keep our energy field clean and balanced and whole. And what I mean by that is really just keeping ourselves whole, balanced, and healthy and positive. Or, if we're dealing with negative people, so to speak, you kind of don't want to bring that home with you. So, if you do come home grouchy, for example, and then you and you can connect it to someone you've been around or a situation you've been around, a work situation. We'll just say, you want to learn how to keep yourself, like, how do I change it? How do I shift my energy? Right? That's another way to look at it. What do you think, Lauri? How would you?
Well, for me, I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I meditate. That's
Oh,
how
that's
I feel like
great.
that
Yeah.
I sort of, I'm going to use the word manipulate, and I hate that. I kind of hate that word, but that's how I manipulate my own personal energy, you know? And yes, part of that is grounding. Maria just said, ground yourself. Part of that is grounding. But for me, when I meditate and I get myself and into that space of, gosh, there's nothing like being in that perfect state for
Yes.
meditation. I mean, I'm just sorry saying, but the whole thing is that when you get yourself into that place of actual deliberate peace,
Mhm.
that is very cleansing. That's how I
Mhm.
do it.
Mhm.
Whenever I balance my chakras, I feel like that is cleansing my aura, because it's kind of happening from the inside out, So, but Cheryl, how do you do yours? I mean,
Yeah.
Cheryl probably does it a completely different way than I do. So that's
Well,
kind
what I do sometimes, really, when I do a lot of work as a medium, an intuitive, and a psychic, I
of,
run my energy. I run my energy. I imagine I'm just kind of circulating my energy up and out. I'm breathing in Mother Earth energy, as someone mentioned, grounding, Maria Ann. Yeah, I'm connecting with Mother Earth. I'm bringing her up. I'm really connecting and breathing in Mother Earth, so to speak. Also, breathing helps me. Affirmations help me. A lot of times people suggest, soaking in a bath, or, with Epsom salt, or, showering. I know showering changes your life, because you're cleansing the energy field along with the physical body, and it's setting the intention to allow anything that you don't need to just go down the drain, so to speak. So it is about keeping your energy field and reading positive material, trying to be reading inspirational material, as I mentioned, playing music. That's another way to clean your aura, so to speak.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Sound healing. I mean, I
sound
have my
healing, a
bowls.
sound bath.
I have
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
bowls over here, and pardon me. I have my bowls over here, and whenever I need to go and sort of cleanse my cards, or
Yeah.
if I'm feeling, I'll take a bowl based on whatever chakra it is, and I'll just play the bowl, and my family just loves that. I mean, because it gets loud, I mean, when but there's all sorts of things that you can
Yeah.
do to cleanse your aura.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
And for anyone that hasn't had Carillion photography,
oh
it
yes.
it it takes a photo of your auric field. And I didn't bring my photos tonight, because anytime you're at a psychic fair, or any spiritual convention, and you have the opportunity to have a photograph of your aura, please do so, because it's nice to keep them, hold on to them, and they change over time. But it's like $10 to get your photo taken, and they give you a little, printout with color and the meaning. It's just something fun to do, but it's a way to learn about your energy field. That's what we want to do. We want you all to realize how sensitive we are, and how important it is that we stay healthy and vibrant, right? We want to keep everything healthy, vibrant, and thriving. And we do want to say hi to some people who just joined us. I just saw some people, and then we'll step into our readings for tonight. But we saw Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey. He was our co-host. Jeffrey Peck was our co-host last week. I also want to say hi to Sandy. Hi, Sandy. And once again, Jose. Hi, Meditation Meg. And yeah, we saw Courtney, and Jessica's birthday is today. So happy birthday, Jessica. And Lauri, would you mind pulling a card for Jessica? I don't know. It just, because we might as well just roll into readings here. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
for anyone, if you would like Lauri to pull a card for you, let us know in the comments section. Or if you have a question that we can answer intuitively, please type something in the comment section, or you can send a question to our email, which is questions@seeingbeyondradio.com. And we have Brianna
I-
behind the scenes helping us
Yay,
out.
Brianna. Wait, so whose birthday is it? Did you say?
Jessica Elizabeth. And I'm sorry I can't. Brianna, I don't know if you can put her up on screen. Jessica,
All right.
post her comment. Jessica Elizabeth. at
Ooh.
7:29 there, but
Okay, so
yay!
I've got a great card for you, Jessica. This is awesome.
Happy birthday.
Okay, this is the ancient oak spirit, and guess what? It says strength.
Oh my.
What
I
a
love that
perfect
card.
card to get for your birthday, right?
Yeah.
You know?
There it is.
So Jessica, what I'm getting about this for you, this is so exciting. You're on this path of, as a matter of fact, I've got so much energy coming up the back of my neck about you, because you have got so much going on within you. There is so much happening with you energetically, and it's all really, really good. I feel like that you are on a path of I just, the word that keeps coming to me is delightful. Like,
Mm,
I feel like things are just going along. I mean, they weren't always, nobody's life is perfect, right? But I really feel, Jessica, that your life right now and today, you're tapping into that power. There's something about our birthdays that
yeah,
makes us feel so powerful and happy and up,
yeah.
and I feel like that you're really tapping into that right now. And what I want you to do, Jessica, is remember how you feel. Remember how that feels right now. Okay.
Oh,
Remember feeling that strength. So,
thank you. Thank
what
you.
do
And
you?
then Jessica, I felt the number 3 to be really significant for you. And because 3 to me, when I felt this with your energy, it's about like trilogy, triumphant. It's that feeling of like trifecta, like there's something very much coming together. It's that pyramid energy for you. So I'm hoping you can understand that. Okay, Jessica. So happy birthday. Thank
Yes.
you. And thank you for joining our show, Jessica.
Yeah.
We always appreciate seeing you. And look, I will have to pause here and say, Lauri is so good. I want to share your website again.
Oh,
If for people who are meeting you for the first time, it's laurialbert.com, and that's laurialbert.com. And can you just share with us, because you are doing a couple of great things. You have Insight Timer, you have Evolve,
yes. Oh my gosh. I know. I've got so much. I've
you
been
have a
doing,
book out.
yeah, I
Share
know,
your
right?
book, please. Yeah.
So, yes, I have a book called Manifestation Journal for Beginners. And it's just really that is all about being like living your truest self and living your best life, right? So, and it's a little bit, it's manifestation, but it's in your face manifestation. Like, you can't
Yeah.
just say, like, my whole take on manifesting your life isn't like, okay, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to win the lottery and then go about your life. No, there's work that needs to be done, kind of
Mhm.
thing. So it's along those lines. But anyway, what I've been doing lately, oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah.
doing lives all over the place. Thursday nights I do a live on Insight Timer.
Great.
And Insight Timer is a meditation app. It's the largest meditation app that's out there. And it is extraordinary, not just because I'm on it, right? There's everything on there. There
Mhm.
are, like, you can just listen to all sorts of
Mm.
guided meditations, meditations that will help you astral travel. There are just, everything is on there, and they do lives all the time. Reiki, just everything is on there. It's amazing, right? So I've been doing lives on there. That's great. And then I started a new show on my on my Facebook page,
Okay.
and it's all also on my brand new YouTube page.
Great.
So I started a different YouTube page. For some reason, I just decided to start something new. So anyway, I'm trying to talk fast. On Tuesday nights at 4 p.m. Pacific, which is 7 Eastern, I'm doing an hour of readings. And it's all over the place. I partnered up with evolveme.com, which is a new
Mhm.
website to a community. It's like a spiritual community. And I'm partnering up with them, and I'm just like, it's like I'm everywhere on Tuesday nights. So that's kind of fun. And it's just, I love connecting with
Yeah.
people. So, like, that's why always so appreciate when I'm on your
Oh,
show.
Lauri, it's just always a joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just a quick shout out. If I could make a shout out announcement that I'm doing an event coming up August 29th with Thomas John. So please, I just have to put it out there, because I mean, working with him, and we're working for 2 hours. It's an online event called Healing Messages, or an evening of healing messages with medium Thomas John. It'll be online, guys. You can get tickets and we'll do as many readings as we can. We're going to have a lot of people there, but we will do as as many readings as we can in the 2 hours we have. And 2 hours is quite a long time. So there might be a good chance, right, that you will get a reading, or someone you know gets a reading, or someone gets a reading and you can understand that information, because that's the amazing intelligence of spirit. So that's August 29th. And you can find out tickets on the link below. Okay, great. Well,
Awesome.
yeah, thank you. Thank
Thomas
you,
John
Lauri.
is just like awesome. Oh my
So
God.
much fun.
Yeah. That's going to be
So
great.
much fun. Thank you, Lauri. And so let's get back into questions, and we can pull a card for, or if you have a psychic question we can answer. Let's just see here. Would you mind pulling a card, Lauri, for Christina Taggart Sowery?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. And Christina, if you have a question for us too, like, do you want to have a question behind, that we could
Yeah.
tune into? But and that way we could pull a card to help you answer the question, or are you
Yes.
just open to anything coming through?
And I'm using my new
Yes.
Sacred Destiny. Is that what it's called? I always forget the names of the cards. Sacred Destiny cards by Denise Lynn. So she
Oh,
creates these cards in such a high vibration. It's just always
oh,
gorgeous. So,
love it.
okay, Christina, I am just going to go ahead and pull you a card, and we're going
Yeah,
to see where it leads. Okay, how about that?
I
How
love
about
it.
that, Cheryl? Are you okay
She's
with that?
open. She goes, I'm
Oh, there you go.
open.
Oh, you're open. Okay, great, great. Oh my gosh. This is ironic because the last card said strength.
Oh
This
my
one says
gosh.
power.
Power.
But guess what, Christina, I'm really getting for you that, like, in tapping into the energy that this card means for you, is that something is holding you back. Don't allow yourself to be held back. I feel like that there's maybe something or someone or a feeling or something is holding you back from being like your most amazing self. And I feel like that inside you have all of this power. It's all right there. And I feel like it's just waiting to be expressed.
Mhm.
And I really just want to share to allow yourself to move forward in that. Okay. And allow yourself to open up to possibility.
I
Okay.
love it. I
So
love it.
go ahead, Cheryl.
Yeah, Christina, I was like, God, we can read her aura, we can do an aura reading.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
Christina, there is a lot of blue in your aura, I just want to say, and it's very intuitive. As Lauri mentioned, it is about you either feel held back, or someone's holding you back, or it's almost like, I want to do this, but and here goes another year go by, or maybe it doesn't sound practical, but I want to tell you, your intuition, it's there. And I want to say blue is the throat, and that actually is about power too, because it's about speaking your will, speaking your truth, right? Sticking up for someone else. So it is about, like, speaking up for yourself, but using the blue that I see in your auric field to really help empower you. So we hope that's helpful, Christina.
Yay, Christina. Good luck.
Yay!
Love when I get the power cards. Oh,
So here's a question for Tatiana Perez. She's asking, how is medical school gonna go for me? How is medical school gonna go for me?
Oh, wow. Do you
Yeah.
want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first. And because as soon as I read this question, Tatiana, I felt like, oh, she's gonna knock it out of the park. Like, there's something about already having a foundation, or already being well versed, or something like this, like the vocabulary. I don't know, something about, I'm already in it, in some way. So maybe that's prep classes, what have you. But it's like, I already feel like you're kind of ahead of yourself, or ahead of the grade that we're looking at. So that's what I'm feeling. So I feel, kind of very happy for you, that I do feel it's your calling.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what's so
Yeah.
cool, Tatiana? Oh, that's
Yay,
your sister.
that's your
Awesome.
sister.
So the card I got
What?
was adventures.
Adventures.
Okay. I mean, how perfect is that for Tatiana? I mean, oh my gosh, starting medical school. I feel like that you should be prepared
Mm,
to experience things that you're not even considering. I feel like that this is going to be so good for you because you're going to experience things and things are going to happen to you in when you're in school that are just extraordinary, and you're going to learn way more than just learning about the body or learning about this or that, you know, in the medical stuff. I think you're going to learn so much more, you know, and use your intuition. That's just all I'm supposed to say about that.
I love it. And Tatiana, this is a passion is what I'm hearing for you. Like, and that's when we know we're on the right path, right, Lauri? When it's a passion of ours, like I just see you wanting to help people. I saw children with you, like helping children. I don't know if you're going to specialize, but that's what I'm feeling is, you know, this is someone who's very capable. You know, just want you to know.
Yeah. Good luck, Tatiana. That's really exciting, you know, and that's like a serious undertaking.
It's totally serious. Totally.
You
So
know.
look, I hope everyone's enjoying the show. If you have any questions about auras or questions that you'd like a reading on, please let us know. You can post them in the comments section, or once again, email them to us at questions@singbeyondradio.com. If we don't answer them tonight, because there are many, many coming in, we will try to keep them still and answer them as we go each week, because you guys really ask great questions and we sure appreciate your participation. Okay, well, look, here's an aura question. Kristen Barros says, what color is her aura?
Oh, wow. And we're not looking at her. Ooh,
No.
This is interesting. Okay, sure. Let's try it.
I'm ready.
All right. Are you ready? Go ahead.
Can I go?
Okay, go ahead. Go.
Okay, Kristen, this is what I'm feeling about you. I feel red. All right. And I'll tell you why I get red. Did you get red, Lauri?
Oh my God. Yes, I did. And that's like really rare. Oh my God. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's shut the door. I'm telling
I know,
you.
right?
So, Kristen, it's about red, meaning you're grounded, you're very connected, like you do feel a sense of purpose in your life. You feel very much belonging. You feel very real and practical and grounded is what I mean. Like maybe you're athletic or you like fitness, for example, for a hobby. And I also get that you like to speak. So whether you like public speaking or you're a speaker, maybe you just like to talk a lot, but it's about you speaking a lot with friends is what I'm hearing. Like I hear good head on my shoulders, but I also want to say, Kristen, there's a decision that you're trying to make right now, but it's like I have a decision. I have to go left or right. You know, you're at a crossroads, so to speak. So do you understand that, Kristen? And then I'm going to let Lauri read your aura. And you can pull a card, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to pull a card. That's so crazy that we both saw red.
The card's going to be amazing what you pull.
Okay. How cool is this?
Tell me.
Hummingbird spirit joy. Oh my gosh. Okay, Kristen, it's so interesting because red to me is like, it is kind of energetic and joyful, right? And hummingbirds are energetic. If they're nothing else, right? They're zoop, 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 you know. I was looking at one today. I was outside and I was sitting here because it's finally a little bit cool here. We can sit outside. Yeah. So I was sitting out there and there was this one and I heard this, it kind of sounded like the George Jetson car. And I was like, what is that? And it was a hummingbird. And it just is like, they're so energetic. But there's so much joy attached to that.
There are.
And I just feel like you are in a really good space. And I feel like that you should just allow yourself to embrace the joy, the joy. So that's really all I have to say about that. I mean,
love it.
Loving that. Oh, love that.
I love it. I love it. So, Kristen, if you'd like to, if that resonates with you, please let us know in the comments section, or if you enjoyed that reading, let us know. We appreciate it because it gives you something to work on in the future also. You know, always know that when Lauri and I read people, even on this radio show, even tonight, we always ask for the highest good. Like Lauri and I are always setting the intention for the highest possibilities for you. So let me know.
That's why I love working with you, Cheryl.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously, because not all mediums do that, you know. Just saying. I mean, it's just the truth.
Wow.
And I love that you work for the highest and greatest good. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
For all of us.
Yeah, very welcome. So I was just kind of go back. So Sharon Elam asked for you to pull a card. I'm kind of going back now up the scroll from earlier, but Sharon at 7:37 asked, please pull a card. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, Sharon. Oh, I love this card. I say that about every card, by the way, so that everybody knows. I love because when I can feel it connecting, I love that
Oh,
feeling. And so, of course,
oh,
I love all the cards, kind of thing. Okay, so this says the Wild Rose Fairy. Look at this card. It is so beautiful.
wow.
Love.
It's beautiful.
And it's like she is flying around. She's a little
Mhm,
fairy. She's flying
mhm,
around
mhm,
all with love all
mhm,
around her.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So Sharon, but the message I'm getting is a little bit different than what the fairy is dealing with, right? So for you, I really am getting a feeling like there is something going on in your life that is less than positive, let's just say. And I feel like that spirit really wants me to tell you to approach this situation from a place of love.
Mm.
It's hard to do sometimes. I do get that. It's really hard to approach any situation like that from like a difficult situation from a place of love, but that's what I'm getting. Approach it from love. Okay. Like somebody told me years ago that if you are arguing with your significant other, let's just say, if you look at them and you say in your head, I love you, I love you, I love you, even if you're mad as hell at them, right? There's something that
That's hard to do, Lori.
I know, but trust me, I know because there was a reason why the person was telling me to do that, right? But I got to tell you, it's
Mm.
absolutely extraordinary what can come of that. And like I say, it's hard to do, but approach this situation from a place of love, and I think miracles will happen. So,
I guess it's hard to do, but when you start doing it, you kind of create a habit, or maybe you catch yourself
Mhm.
and you start with the loving affirmations sooner. That's really the goal, is to not stay in that anger too long and to
Yeah,
kind of catch yourself and say, "Hey,
right.
there's a better way to handle this. There's a better way to deal with this."
Yes, definitely, definitely. Are you getting anything for her?
No, no, I'm gonna let you do that because that felt so strong,
Yeah, it did.
and so clear. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna," but I do want you, if you don't mind, I don't know where she went. It was Sandy Walls. If you could pull a card for her, and then I'm gonna let you pick some people.
Oh,
We do have some time left, but we are
well, I
kinda
want you
getting.
to be able to give readings because you're
Oh, yes, I will give a reading on Sandy Walls, but let me
okay.
why don't you pull a card, and then I'll tune in.
Okay,
But
so
thank you, though.
Sandy, this is for you. Oh, look at that
I don't
card.
know where her name went. I'm
Hmm.
sorry.
Okay,
Oh
so
my god.
Sandy, this is
Okay.
oh, there it is. Okay. Oh,
Well,
she's a medium as well. Oh,
oh,
any guidance on how to overcome the anxiety gremlins? Oh my gosh. But check this out. Oh my gosh, this totally answers that question. Look at how beautiful that is.
is that community?
Yeah, it says community. Sandy, that's how you get over the anxiety gremlins. That's how you that's how you grow. Find your community, find your
I got it.
specific community, you
Yeah.
know, find it and you will flourish in that sense. Find your community and they're out there. And if you just next time you meditate, ask your guides to guide you to to your people, your tribe, and and your guides will. So
The word I have for you, Sandy, is trust. It's something about not either trusting yourself or trusting the process, and I mean, my eyes are tearing from it because I
Aw.
just feel like it's such an important message for you. It's because it's like you've been looking, you either been hiding, hiding behind the scenes or behind the curtain. And it's like, no, you got this. Trust yourself, right? Get out there, and that's what I think that's what we're here to tell you, is to kind of nudge you and let you know, look, you got this.
Yeah,
Yeah, because your
yeah,
intuition is right there. It's just about
yeah,
trusting yourself.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good luck,
yeah,
Sandy.
I
Good
love
luck.
it.
Good luck. Good luck. Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so okay,
Why
so
don't you look for someone this time? And my
okay,
eyes are
I'm going way to the
really
top.
emotional.
I know, right?
I know.
Isn't
Sorry,
it
it's like, wow, it just
amazing?
kind of hit me. Yeah,
Love that.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going way to Dory. My Dory. I love Dory. She's one of my favorite people on this planet.
Hi,
Um,
Dory.
okay, so meditation, I don't think we read her already.
Oh,
Meditation
Elise.
Meg
Elise
says,
is there, yeah.
I don't know. I can't make that. Oh, yes, I just did. Yay. Oh, maybe you did it, Brianna, I guess. I would love a card around partnership and real love. But I was thinking, doesn't have to be a card. So I can do a card and you can
Yeah.
do it. So,
But no, you do a reading and a card.
okay.
Do a reading first and then pull the card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
do that. So that
I
way,
love that.
let's see the card after you do the reading, because it feels like it will really be
Yeah.
a wow.
So meditation, Meg, I love that. I keep hearing the word surrender around you. I keep hearing I keep hearing the word surrender and allow, and I feel like that when you can get yourself to a place of surrender, and just surrender to what spirit has for you, surrender to the beauty of the world for you. When you can surrender to that and feel the energy right there, like within you as you meditate, I feel like that at that point, you will be able to attract the right person for you. Okay. I feel like that you haven't met that person yet. I'm just going to be honest, right? I feel like you haven't quite met that person yet, but I feel like that your life is shifting. I feel a big shift that has been happening for you. And in terms of that, partnership and true love will be part of that shift, but not exactly just yet. So I hope you don't mind that I said it that way, but it's not like it's far. It doesn't feel like it's far down the road. I'm just saying it's just when we work on ourselves, our heart opens, and we're able to invite in that partnership and that love. So let me just pull this card really fast. Oh my gosh. Don't you guys, right?
I wanted
Cheryl,
an oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, there has to be an oh my gosh after that, because that was
I got
great.
the miracles card.
Oh my gosh. Look at me. I know I'm doing it.
Oh.
Everyone's doing it. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Miracles. Yeah. Believe in it. And just, you just believe in yourself and believe that spirit has your back, and believe that you are on your right path, not the right path, because everybody has their own,
That's true. That's a good
one.
one.
Go ahead,
Well,
Cheryl.
just to wrap it up with meditation, Meg, I want to say that, I'm hearing from the universe that it's your choice, as if to say what you've wanted in the past is different from what you want now. Like what you want now may not always look like what you wanted in the past. And that's perfectly okay, because you've been through a transformational period in your life. And I still feel like you're in one, but it does feel like you're coming to an end of that period where things are shifting in my life and changing. And I'm looking more, at a bigger picture, so to speak, about what you want. And I think your choices are very good. That's what the universe is saying, is your choices are very good, Meg. It's almost like just keep reminding yourself, what is it that you want again? What are you asking for? Because each time it will be clearer and clearer, because you're manifesting a partner, just to let you know, like you're a manifester, Meg.
Yep. Yeah. That was beautiful, Cheryl. That was so perfect.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well, guys, everyone, look, Lauri, wow. Miracles for the last card. Lauri, before we go, can you pull a card for the group? How's this?
Ooh, yes.
So should people ask a question and then, or
ask a question to yourself? Like,
so
don't type it in.
Okay. Everyone ask a question for themselves. Don't have to type it in. Just something about whatever it is you want to ask for. And Lauri's going to pull a card for the group.
Yeah. And let me tell you that I just need to say this, is that, when I do these lives and I do readings, just because you specifically may not have gotten a reading doesn't mean that you didn't get a message.
True.
So I really want to say that, because something, if you felt something in your, like, you just felt like a boom, then it was for you too. So know that. Okay. So here we go. My new cards, my new Denise cards. Ooh, this is fun. Ooh, what a fun card this is. This is, look at it. It says opportunity.
Oh, that is a fun card.
Very fun. And I have to tell you, what's interesting about this card and what feels right to say as far as a message for all of us goes is that, there is an opportunity for us out there to have love, to have joy, to have compassion, to have, caring and loving and just everything that you want in your life. There is that opportunity out there. Okay. Sometimes we just need to get quiet with ourselves, go into your heart. So I invite you to go into your heart and just be quiet with yourself. Put your hands, you don't have to do it right now, but put your hands over your heart and just believe that everything is going the way it's supposed to go for you, and that the right opportunities for you in whatever aspect of your life, whether that's love or career or friendship or community, whatever, that it's coming. So
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
What a great card, Lauri. Wow.
I know, right? These are great cards. Denise Lynn is like everything to me. She is like, she is everything, right? So
thank you. Well, thank you, Lauri, for being our guest host tonight. And thank you. I mean, it's just a joy to have you on our show, Lauri. And for everyone watching, you can find more information about Lauri Albert on her website, laurialbert.com. That's LAURI. And find out she's doing a lot of live readings right now on social. And also Insight Timer and Evolve. And that's all that information is on her website, and sign up for her email list. Also, I'm mediumcherylmurphy.com. You can sign up for my email list as well and find out my upcoming events. But for everyone joining us, thank you so much. Make sure to keep your auric field healthy and thriving and vibrant, and wear color and find out what color is all about auras. It's such an interesting topic for tonight. I hope we even have a part 2, Lauri, around this topic. Does that sound okay? I'd love to have you back. We'll have you back for sure. Okay, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. You've been watching Seeing Beyond Living Transformed, and go to our website, seeingbeyondradio.com, and sign up for our mailing list there as well, and watch all the replays from last week and the previous weeks. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Namaste, and we will see you again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Have a beautiful evening.
Bye.
Bye.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTKDB.com.